Deep within the heart of the Amazon rainforest, shrouded in an impenetrable canopy of ancient trees, lay a structure unlike any other. It was an enigmatic temple, one that had intrigued explorers and confounded the local tribes for generations. This temple was not just an ancient relic, but a place veiled in dark rumors, linked to curses and supernatural occurrences. On a moonless night, my girlfriend and I were part of a group of daring explorers, driven by insatiable curiosity and an unquenchable thirst for adventure. We had ventured deep into the heart of the Amazon, guided only by the faint glow of our flashlights and our unwavering resolve to confront the temple's ominous reputation. As we neared the temple, it emerged from the dense foliage, its ancient stone door a portal to an enigmatic world. We crossed the threshold into its hallowed confines, the air thick with the scent of earth and a profound silence. With the onset of night, an eerie chill swept through the temple's sacred chamber. An oppressive silence enveloped our group, broken only by the distant calls of nocturnal creatures and the occasional groaning of the temple's ancient stone. Shadows danced ominously along the intricately carved walls, casting eerie, shifting shapes that seemed almost alive. One by one, members of our group began to experience unsettling visions, each stranger and more disquieting than the last. Strange and otherworldly forms materialized at the edge of our vision, defying all reason and explanation. My girlfriend and I felt the ethereal touch of unseen hands upon our skin, and we heard the mournful whispers of spirits, their voices weaving a haunting chorus that reverberated within the very stone of the temple. Panic seized us like a vice, and as we sought an escape, the stone door that had granted us entrance now stood as an impassable barrier. Our desperate cries for freedom echoed helplessly within the sacred chamber. In that heart-wrenching moment, the true nature of the temple became clear. It was not cursed but sentient, an ancient entity ravenous for fear and curiosity. It had lured us in with the promise of adventure, only to ensnare us in its relentless grasp. With the first light of dawn, the temple appeared empty and ancient, and my girlfriend and I were gone without a trace. The temple's legend lived on, a chilling warning to those who dared venture deep into the Amazon, tempting the insatiable hunger of the sentient entity hidden within its sacred walls. This story serves as a haunting reminder of the concealed and inexplicable forces that inhabit the world's most remote and enigmatic places, lying in wait for the bold souls who dare to unlock their secrets and the sacrifices they demand in return. Nestled deep within the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, cloaked in the shadow of ancient trees and steeped in an atmosphere of perpetual darkness, lay the ominous cabin. It was a place that had haunted the deepest recesses of the locals' collective imagination for countless generations, whispered about in hushed conversations and regarded as cursed, a malevolent abode that held within its decaying walls the promise of unspeakable horrors. One fateful evening, I found myself part of a group of friends, united by a heady mix of youthful curiosity and audacious bravado. We embarked on a journey into the heart of the forest, drawn by the haunting tales that surrounded the dreaded cabin. Our only companions were the feeble beams of our flashlights, the ethereal light of a pallid moon, and a dangerous sense of skepticism that had led us to confront the cabin's dark reputation head-on. As the cabin emerged from the dense undergrowth, it seemed to materialize like a phantom from the pages of a ghost story. The door, worn by the passage of time, groaned in protest as we crossed its threshold. Inside, cobwebs clung to every surface, and the air hung heavy with an acrid odor, a stifling presence that seemed to have seeped into the very timber of the cabin. As the night deepened, a pervasive chill settled upon our group. An eerie silence, punctuated only by the soft cadence of raindrops on the cabin's roof and the occasional groaning of ancient wood, descended upon us. Shadows moved erratically along the cracked walls, their chaotic dance creating the unnerving illusion of malevolent entities lurking just beyond the dim reach of our waning flashlights. Gradually, Each member of our group began to experience strange and terrifying visions, echoing the ominous tales passed down through generations. Bizarre shapes, defying logic and reason, materialized in the periphery of our vision. I, too, felt the unmistakable touch of icy fingers upon my skin and heard the anguished whispers of long-lost souls, their voices weaving a haunting chorus of despair that seemed to emanate from the very fabric of the cabin itself. Panic swept over us like an unrelenting tempest, and in our desperation, we sought to escape the cabin's oppressive embrace. Yet, the door, once so easily opened, now stood as an impenetrable barrier. Our cries for help reverberated helplessly within the cursed walls. In that harrowing moment, the sinister nature of the cabin's malevolence became clear. It was not cursed as the tales had led us to believe. It was a sentient entity, malevolent and insatiable. It had lured us within, tantalizing us with the promise of terror, all the while intent on feeding upon our fear. With the break of dawn, the cabin revealed itself to be empty and decrepit, and my friends and I had vanished without a trace. The cabin's ominous legacy persisted, serving as a haunting admonition to anyone who might dare to enter the forest, toying with the relentless hunger of the sentient entity hidden deep within the cabin's walls. This story stands as a chilling reminder of the ancient, inscrutable forces that slumber in forgotten places, waiting to ensnare the curious and consume them in their unquenchable thirst for terror and despair. In the charming town of Grace Lake, Illinois, I shared my life with a remarkable dog who left an indelible mark on our neighborhood. Charlie, our beloved Rottweiler Husky mix, was no ordinary canine. He had an uncanny ability to command attention through his unique vocal talents, a captivating blend of a mooing cow and spine-tingling howls that filled our tranquil streets with fascination and, occasionally, a touch of trepidation. In his prime, Charlie's vocal performances were a source of delight and intrigue. His mooing was so convincingly bovine that it would halt pedestrians in their tracks, leaving them bewildered by the possibility of an escaped cow. Yet, it was his haunting howls that set him apart. When he unleashed those eerie cries, they reverberated through the night, leaving us to wonder if some ancient, mournful spirit had awakened. As the years rolled on, Charlie's health began to wane, and our visits to the veterinarian became more frequent. It was during one such visit that the grim diagnosis was delivered. Charlie was battling adrenal cancer. This merciless disease brought with it not only physical suffering, but a relentless restlessness that seemed to consume him. I watched helplessly as he scratched and clawed at his crate, as if trying to break free from the torment that had descended upon him. In the dog run, his bellowing cries took on an otherworldly quality, as if he were a vessel for some malevolent force, channeling his pain into eerie vocalizations. Then came that fateful, ominous night when an eerie hush draped itself over our home. Overwhelmed by concern, I peered out of my window to a chilling sight. In the ethereal moonlight, I beheld Charlie's chain collar ensnared in the dog run's door, leaving him trapped and utterly voiceless. Without a second's hesitation, I dashed outside, heart pounding to free my loyal companion. In that critical moment, with trembling hands, I painstakingly untangled the collar, liberating Charlie from his silent prison. Crisis averted, and that haunting night's memory would forever be etched in my heart. Although Charlie's unique vocal talents slowly diminished with time, the unwavering bond between us remained as resilient as ever. The memory of that ominous night serves as a testament to the unbreakable connection between a dog and their owner. In this story, I was forever intertwined with the indomitable spirit of my unforgettable dog, Charlie, as his protector and confidant, united through the shared experiences of joy, pain, and the eerie silence that had once threatened to shatter our connection.